Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing the monthlies. All right, we're gonna be getting right into it for Aries for the month of September. It feels like it's been a while, Aries. We did miss, I missed the mid-month check-ins for August. Didn't have time to do them, unfortunately. So we are going to go right into your September love reading. So this is for anybody who is in love, looking for love, calling love in. Those of you who are in relationships or just coming out of relationships, right? And everything that's going on around you that impacts that relationship. Now, we've got straight out the gate, keep an open mind. We have flirt. And I'm going to leave it right there. All right, sometimes I pull three. I think today we're going to pull those two. And at the bottom, we have worth waiting for, right? So this is quite a succinct message here. Excuse me. And we do know, of course, not all readings can be for every single Aries out there. So please make sure you take what applies to you, and what doesn't apply to you, go ahead and just enjoy throwing that away. We're going to have a 9-card spread today. The monthlies are always a 9-card spread with my traditional deck. If you're interested in purchasing any of these decks that I use, I do have links, Amazon affiliate links in my description. Feel free to use them. I do get a small commission. And using my links to purchase on Amazon helps me out, helps me keep my channel growing, and allows me to keep providing you these readings. All right, guys, let's get right into it. This is going to be the YouTube reading. The extended reading is going to be over on Patreon for those of you who want to go deeper into the read. Those of you who are really getting into learning how to read tarot, we go a little bit deeper into the cards over there. All right, Aries, keep an open mind and flirt. Wow. All right, we have the Tower straight out. Interesting. We have 2 of Cups. All right. And we have a 10 of Wands. All right, so the top row is already pretty heavy. Pretty heavy energy, a lot going on. Let's keep going. We have 5 of Pentacles. And at the center of the reading, Ace of Swords. So the center of the reading is going to be primarily what it's all about. We have a 2 of Swords. Learning how to balance. We have Death. Wow, look at this aspect. Tower, 5 of Pentacles, and Death. This is why I love the 9-card spread. The aspects are so awesome. We have a King of Swords. And we have an Ace of Pentacles. I was on one of my tarot groups that I'm a part of. I was commenting on one of the people on there. They had come up with their own spread. It was like this intricate spread with 4 decks, and I was like, wow, you know, it's quite interesting. This person was pretty much new to tarot. And the thing is, there are traditional spreads like this one out there, and they take quite a long time to master in a way to really understand. They are simple on the surface, but the aspects, we have like this aspect, Tower, 5 of Pentacles, and Death. There are aspects that go vertically, horizontally. There is a time spread here as well that gives me an idea of the progression of events. And all of this is from a very simple 3x3 9-card spread. So don't be fooled to run out and come up with your own spreads and use a million decks. Try and really understand a simple spread to its core, and you're going to get way more out of it. 9 out of Pentacles. 9 of Pentacles, my beautiful 9 of Pentacles, are very similar to the Queen of Pentacles. However, in the 9 cards, inherent is always this sense of aloneness. Of course, 9 is the major arcana Hermit card. And I always say this when the 9 cards of any of the suit come up, because they are so misinterpreted. That essence of the Hermit is almost always forgotten when we get to the 9 of any suit that is interpreted. And so I do like to point that out. All right, guys, we're going to get right into your spread. This is a deep spread, Aries. You know what I'm saying? Right away at the center, we have Ace of Swords. But let's start off with this Tower moment. right at the beginning, you have a huge upset to everything that you really believed. And I think things are happening right now for you, Aries, that is really changing your outlook on life. You know, you've had a very, and this is for those of you this resonates with, we're going to go into it, but starting off is this feeling of, you know, we're dealing here with the Aries who has had a very specific outlook on life, right? And this has been your outlook on life. You've believed it to be true based on your experience, right? And it served you up until now. And you have this enormous tower moment because suddenly things are not working the way they used to. Suddenly you don't have the command you used to have of your life. Aries is number 4 in the major arcana, which is the Emperor card. And Aries is generally the leader, the controller. He's definitely in control of his life. Not gender specific, his or her, whatever the Aries, if you're female Aries, no difference. But Aries has control of their lives, right? And so suddenly when you're, suddenly the way you've been living your life hasn't been working. You haven't been able to manifest, and so you're having a tower moment. 2 of Cups is in. There is someone that you are deeply in love with, and you simply, what can I say? You know, you're having this tower moment, and out of this tower moment, I think what you're realizing is that you're in love with this person. It could very well be that you refuse to believe you were in love with them. Okay, it could very well be that part of having the tower moment is the fact that you now realize how much you love them. Right? It could be that before this tower moment, you were like, oh, I can do without them, or what have you. This could be a friendship. This could be a relationship that recently broke up. Could be a relationship that never really got off the ground as well. But something's happened, and part of this tower moment is your realization of how much you absolutely adore this person. Now you have a 10 of Wands, which is the end of a stage in your life where you've really held on to a lot of hang-ups, self-esteem issues. This could very well be tied into this tower moment. In fact, I'm sure it is, right? However, are you truly ready to lay down the burdens? With the 10 of Wands, we find that the characters finally realize that these wands, which he's been using for a long time as a crutch, right? You can see that how he's leaning, the character is leaning on the wands as a crutch in a way, but now he realizes, yes, by leaning on these wands, however, I'm never really in control of where I'm going. I don't see where I'm going. I'm only falling, constantly falling into my path. When you lean forward like that, it's not like you're actually directing your motion. You're literally just constantly falling forward and stopping yourself from falling by these 10 of Wands. This is a deep, deep symbolism here that talks about how, you know, the hang-ups that we have, the crutches that we rely on, these crutches are the way we see ourselves. Sometimes they can be feeling sorry for ourselves. It can be self-esteem issues. Whatever the case may be, they're burdens, they're baggage that we carry that for a while we believe helps us. We believe that this falling forward and landing on the baggage as a crutch is the way to go. But then when you wake up at the 10 of Wands, you realize it's time to lay down this baggage and stand upright and walk forward under your own steam, knowing where you're going. Now, this can be difficult to do, but this is indicative of the 10 of Wands and what's happening. And you're realizing now, I think many of you are this realization, this tower moment realization is that you're not going to have this love until you lay down these wands. Whatever it is about the way you behave or the way you look at the world or the way you see yourself in the world is not going to bring this connection. It may have brought a different kind of connection before, but those connections you weren't happy with because you're no longer with them. Right? So we're talking about a deep connection. You're realizing this is an awakening. This is a very positive thing, Aries. Cross watchers, if you're dealing with an Aries who has really been kind of pulled away, they may be having an awakening right now. So this is how your month starts off. This is how you come into the month. Then we go ahead and we see we have a 5 of Pentacles. So there was definitely a power struggle that's happening right now, or it's most recently happening, could really result in somewhere in the middle of the month you having to move. All right, you're going to have to move, perhaps, get another job. Something very physical is changing. You're having to pay the price for a power struggle. That's what 5 is the number for. 5 represents power struggle in all of the suits, but with Pentacles, we see a power struggle that has not gone in your favor, or has certainly not gone in their favor, right? And they now pay the price financially, right? This card almost always indicates that you are the one, the querent who you're reading for is the one who has come out of this situation paying the price, right? So yes, this is happening to you, to some of you Aries. You're going to have this kind of head-to-head. Out of it all, though, there is going to be a huge change. Look at this aspect. You have a Tower moment. Part of this Tower moment is what precipitates this 5 of Pentacles. And you have this enormous change that comes through with the Death card. So the 5 of Pentacles is kind of the impetus for the transformation in your life. And then the other aspect here is the Ace of Swords. It's almost as if you've had a Tower moment and the fallout has been the 5 of Pentacles. But what happens is the transformation that comes through leads you to a victory ultimately. You have this victory because what happens is you've cleared the way of obstacles. 5 of Pentacles almost always indicates a scenario as well where this had to happen. Later on, you find out that part of, although you may have had to pay the price financially, part of the blessing of this event is that it cleared out obstacles that were ultimately impeding your progress. And here is your progress now that this obstacle is out of your way. Suddenly, you are open to information, ideas, and a new look on life that is going to give you a victory. It's going to take you someplace higher than where you were before, even though you thought you were in a good position before. This is your Ace of Swords. That's the center of the reading. So this month you're going to be victorious. However, it's going to be a very, very tumultuous month for you, Aries. Very tumultuous. You're going to have a change on your mental and spiritual level that manifests on a physical level all across the board. Some of you are trying to decide, though. This idea comes in, and what happens, you suddenly are in the land of indecision. And this will be the doubt that comes into your mind. And the doubt will manifest as you believing that you have to make a choice. It may panic you. You may feel panicked suddenly. The panic may be the desire to leave the old behind and go with the new. But if you do that, you're also taking a chance. The lesson with 2 of Swords is that it's not about a choice. It is about balance. So you don't need to make a choice of one over the other, Aries. Go within you, all right, and really feel what you're getting from both options and find a way that you can balance them both, keep them both in your life. I think this is going to have some impact on your career or living conditions, right? So these are going to be ideas about that. So don't be too obstinate in that area. You start off with a victory here, which is a great idea, but this doubt here may end up getting you to throw away the great idea or to throw away the stability you have right now. You shouldn't really be doing either of them. You should certainly be thinking about duality in a sense of balancing the two and keeping both. Being able to keep the stability that you have worked for so far, throw away the obstacles, and also then keep this newness that's coming in, this new opportunity. And in this way, you will cement the victory that this opportunity brings. The Death card is on the deck because all of this brings sweeping change to your physical. Now, this is a love reading, and so you say, well, what does any of this have to do with love? Well, at the very top of the reading, you have a 2 of Cups. So this is all about love. This is about you. There's an Aries out there that this reading was for because you know you're loved. There's only this one person that you are absolutely in love with. No one else will do for you. And all of this is you making this love is so strong that all of this is kind of all of the fallout from it. The emotional, spiritual, mental fallout, because you weren't ready for this love. You weren't ready to have this love. And all of this is what is happening now, or all the steps that you needed to take to put you in a position of even coming close to manifesting this relationship. It's like when you have been caught off guard, right? And you've been used to very shallow relationships. You've been used to a certain kind of lifestyle, perhaps. It's been very easy, right? It's not that you had a bad lifestyle. You've done fun things. You've enjoyed your life and everything. But whatever the case may be, something about your spiritual and emotional level, and also something about your abundance level was just not ready for this connection. But you desire this connection so much that you're kind of going through all of this really rapid growth that probably you would have gone through before had you not been maybe in a bit of a hanged man energy. I want to say that some of this is hanged man energy in the sense that until this person came in your life, you were definitely happy to settle for less. And so, of course, you stagnated. Now that this person has come in, it's almost like you're having to catch up with all of these areas in your life where you may have stagnated, just so you can come up to the level of having a relationship with this person. Because this person that you've fallen in love with is so much more expanded on their emotional level, their emotional maturity, their spiritual level is at a level that your communication is off until you kind of vibrate up to them, although you know you love them. It's very much worth waiting for. Keep an open mind. This could also be a case of seeing someone that gets you into a certain mode in your life. Once you kind of go through all these changes and accomplish this kind of higher vibration, you may come back and decide you don't even want this person anymore, right? So this person, just this love, it's the love for this person that acts as a catalyst for all of these changes in your life that are very, very necessary. All right, and so you see this with Death, and King of Swords comes in. So that's the kind of like the judgment. Now, this could be yourself embodying King of Swords energy in the sense that you're starting to work up to Emperor again. There may be if this is the case, Aries, take care, because you may be backlashing. You may be a little bit too severe if you're embodying this energy, right? A little bit too harsh as a result of all of this fire and I say baptism by fire you've gone through, but all of this fire and purification and transformation that you've gone through. This could also be an individual who comes into your life and kind of sets you straight, helps you out. This is somebody who could also be coming into your life as a mentor, Aries, because also on the heels of this King of Swords energy that comes in towards the end of the month, again, could be a family member. There also comes behind it an Ace of Pentacles. So this could be very much an offer that comes in. Somebody who comes in and wants to work with you. They're very strict though, and they require a high level of quality and intention and commitment. So if this is somebody who's come in who's wanting something from you, understand that with this does come an opportunity for great abundance, but you will have to be extremely disciplined. You may have to work a little bit harder than you're used to, or that some of you have been used to, right? Or you may be working in a different field, something that is outside of sort of your remit in a way, or outside of your scope, your experience. So you're a little bit you may be feeling a bit like a fish out of water with this individual, but it's worth the effort. Remember, this is something that comes in after all of this transformation. So it's this kind of higher vibration of yourself that's pulling this energy into you. Make the most of it. All right. This is it. I'm going to call it. This is a deep reading. This is a lot going on, and this is a very specific reading out there for an Aries who is in love with someone who is making them want to be a better person, and they're going through some very heavy emotional, mental, and spiritual and physical changes this month. If you want to go ahead and continue with this reading, you can follow me on Patreon, and you'll see the extended where we carry on and now pulled 9 more stealth cards to clarify each of these, and we also pull a couple of oracle cards, Sacred Rebel oracle cards, to see what kind of energy to work with through all of this. But if you're stopping right here, thank you so much for coming by my YouTube channel and checking out the Aries monthly love reading for September. If it resonated with you, please like the video, share the video, comment below. Sound off. Tell us what your experience is. Tell us, tell the Bow and Arrow Nation, you know, what you're going through this month, Aries, and how close this reading is to your experience. Of course, subscribe to my channel and hit that bell. I do constantly put out videos, and I do try to stay very consistent to the schedule. Sometimes it's a little overwhelming because I do put out anywhere from 50 to 60 videos a month, but we're on a schedule, and here's yours, Aries. You've got your September love reading for 2019. Don't forget to check back at the middle of the month for the mid-month Aries love check-in. But for right now, Aries, have a wonderful September, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye now.